Hello, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Derek Yankee. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and set on fire while celebrating his birthday. So I'm joined by Scott Patterson.
On today's show, we hit the halls of Humber to ask students if they're voting in the upcoming federal election. Then we take a look at the Humber Arboretum to investigate sightings of a mysterious creature. And later in the program, we ask the very important question, are you prepared for the zombie apocalypse?
So stay tuned. Humber News begins now.
Now.
Hello, and welcome. Thanks again for joining us. Voting turnout against Canadian youth has been declining since 2006. With another election looming in the not-so-distant future, we will take a look at the hallways to find what Humber students think about Canada's political powers. With more on this story, here's Chris North.
In the last election, voter turnout in students was about 33%. We're here today at Humber College to talk to students, see if they're going to vote in this election. Curious about why so many students decide not to vote, we talked to Alessandro, a first-year film student, about why he has chosen not to vote.
Well, I'm not voting because I won't know what I'm voting for. So there'd be, maybe I'll vote for the wrong thing.
Though this was a big issue with many students, not everyone shared this pessimistic view of Canadian politics. We caught up with Lawrence, a second-year journalism student, and talked to him about why he felt it was important to vote, and why he thinks many of his peers chose not to.
I think it's kind of everyone's duty as a Canadian citizen to vote. If you're not, you're just kind of wasting your time, so.
Do you have an idea why students tend not to vote?
Well, it's with the Canadian system, people feel as if it's a wasted vote. A lot of people don't understand the political system here. Federal conservative, they see all these commercials, they don't really know what the issues are. It's not quite as polarizing as it is in the States, so people just feel kind of apathetic about it, I feel.
We also talked to Humber teacher Eamon Seku about why he believes student voter turnout rates have been so low.
Well, I don't think it's a student's fault. I think that part of the mandate of a politician is to motivate all parts of the electorate. And the young demographic is a very important part of the electorate and should be motivated. If you were a teacher and you couldn't motivate 67% of your students, you wouldn't be a good teacher. So as far as I'm concerned, you're campaigning. Part of the job of campaigning is to motivate all parts of the electorate.
So, did the parties do a better job of informing student voters this time around? Well, we'll have to wait till next month to find out. This is Chris North with Humber News. Now it's back to the newsroom.
Now to the debate on internships, being paid or unpaid. Here's Ross Kerr-Wilson at Humber, and he has some engaging things to communicate to you humans. So don't adjust your TV sets to one of our competitors. Whoa.
Humber News. Recently, the subject has come up about whether or not students should be paid for their time interning at a company. We decided to ask a couple and see what they had to say on the subject. Hello, I'm here with Gavin. What do you think about students being qualified for paid internships?
I think it would be nice. I think it would be great if students could get paid internships because I know a lot of us who have to work during the summer, and like for us, like we're all in certificate class here, so we're doing school over the summer, so we're not making money. So if we had our internship at the same time, we could also have some money to live off of, and it would be, decrease the amount of OSAP that we could get, and I think that would be great.
I don't want to be chained to a radiator. If they pay me to be chained to the radiator, then I'd consider it.
I think it would be a nice idea, of course, but if the thing is, if a company can't really afford to pay their interns, so I would think that is kind of fair because at least the interns are still going to get the most important element, which is experience. So money is a bonus.
I feel that it's not right, though. I think that I'm of the opinion that if you're doing a job, you should get paid for a job, no matter how menial it is. And generally, these internships are not menial. They're high-end jobs, and people are doing functions that are necessary for productions, and therefore I think they should get paid.
I'm Ross Kerr-Wilson for Humber News.
Now let's throw it over to Ben for a quick look at sports.
It's a very busy time of the year in sports. Hockey playoffs are just gearing up, baseball is in full swing, basketball is heading towards playoffs, and soccer is heating up. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. In NHL playoffs, the Boston Bruins clawed back in their series with the Montreal Canadiens by beating them last night 4-2. Bruins defenseman Zdeno Chara returned to the lineup after missing the previous game due to dehydration. Montreal still leads the series 2-1. The Philadelphia Flyers have seemed to figure out Buffalo goaltender Ryan Miller, beating the Sabres 4-2 last night. The Flyers now have a 2-1 series lead. And finally, in baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays will try to put a rough series with the Boston Red Sox over the weekend behind them, as they open up a homestand with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays tonight. That's all for sports. Back to the news in just a moment.
Thanks, Ben. Don't you dare change that channel. When we return, we investigate the existence of the elusive Humbercat.
And we'll also take an interesting look into the world of tech. Stay with us.
Please.
I believe. Welcome back. Everyone loves a mystery, and now Humber has its own that students are talking about. The Humber Cat is a mystery yet to be solved. Catching a glimpse of the elusive cat has some eyewitnesses likening it to Chupacabra. Derek Yonke talked to some students to find out more.
In ancient Egyptian mythology, cats were revered as gods. Today, they're considered no more than simple house pets. We're here on the campus of North Humber looking for the truth. Do these cats really exist, and are they prowling the premise? You're here with Derek Yonke from Humber News, and we're going to find out. I'm here with Jake today, and I'm going to ask him, have you seen any cats around this campus?
No, I have not.
Now, Shaheen, have you seen any cats?
No.
Have you seen any cats roaming the campus?
No, I have not seen any cats.
Nate, can I ask you something? Have you seen any cats roaming around this campus outside?
I think I might have seen the black one.
Black one?
Yeah.
I'm here with Serena, who's about to tell her compelling story of how she actually caught a visual of this cat. And not only did she have that, but she experienced something very traumatizing. Please tell us your story, Serena.
Okay, last night, well, I guess this morning at about 3 o'clock, I saw the Humber cat outside, and I went over to it to, you know, pet it and say hey, and it meowed at me, and I meowed back, and then a little raccoon came out of the bushes, and cat was smart and ran away, and the raccoon chased me and hissed at me.
The raccoon chased you?
Yes.
Wow, did the cat come back for your defense?
No, it left me there to rot.
So now we know that the Humber cat is a coward. However, we now have proven that this cat really does exist. Thank you, Serena.
Hi, my name is Vanessa McLean. I am a volunteer at the Humane Society in Guelph. And we get a lot of calls about stray cats, missing cats. And unfortunately, house cats have a hard time making it in the wilderness because they've been raised indoors. So this Humber cat is most likely a wild and very aggressive animal.
We're going through the Arboretum today. Look what we have, everybody. This right here is fresh feline droppings. We must be hot on its tracks. Let's keep going. What was that? I think I hear a cat. Oh, it's just our producer. What are you doing back there? So, some have seen the Humber cat and some have not. There may be more than one, but the real answer still eludes us. Thanks for joining us. Back to the newsroom. Now we join our special correspondent, Professor Periwinkle, as he hits the hallways to get Humber's opinion on the 3D movie craze.
Professor Periwinkle here, special correspondent. Now, 3D technology has come a long way from its origins. From Toy Story to Avatar, it sure as hell packs a punch. But the question is, with its recent transfer into television, how are people going to react? We hit the streets to come at you.
Well, what I like about it, I mean, technology is developing every day. So, I mean, it's obviously going to be evolving and changing up. and it's only going to get better. So I think right now it's 3D, but you never know what could be in the future. I mean, 4D, it can only get better.
I think it's really overrated, and I think too many movies are using it at once. And it's not that it's a bit too soon for its time. It's just that it's I don't know. It's too much of everything. Is just every movie is next in 3D. Every movie is next in 3D. There needs to be like a step above it or something.
Now, to get to the source of this whole predicament, we need to go to the people, the market. Now, we're going to talk to everybody about 3D technology. Hey, you, come here. What do you think about 3D technology?
I think 3D is a bunch of crap, man. Seriously, like, you gotta go see a movie that's 3D, then the movie's failing on all levels. Avatar was pretty cool, but this 3D business, I don't like it that much.
You don't like it in your face?
No.
You don't like?
No, I don't like it. No. Do you?
I prefer it.
How does that feel?
It's all right.
Yeah?
See, with 3D technology with me is that I feel it's good for video games.
Really?
Other than that, it doesn't make any much of a sense to me. I think it should stay out of film.
I think it's coming, in terms of marketing, I think it's coming a little too much on the heel of people buying big HD flat screens. I don't think people want to spend another $4 or $5 right away. I think maybe they're a little soon marketing them. Maybe 5 years from now.
Is it a hit or is it a miss? Is it here to stay? We're not really sure. What is fact, though, is that the market does have to listen to its audience, the people. I'm special correspondent Professor Periwinkle signing off. Now back to Anchor 1 and Anchor 2 at the newsroom.
He was the most handsome man I've ever seen. Coming up, the key to surviving the zombie apocalypse. Stick around.
Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Hello, and welcome back. For all you paranoid delusionals out there, Caucasian correspondent Taylor Jans has the latest story on the zombie apocalypse preparation plans. Get a pen and paper because it's time to take notes.
With Canada's government on the brink of destruction, the growing concern of the zombie apocalypse is more apparent than ever. I'm here with...
My name is Sean.
And Sean, do you have a plan for the zombie apocalypse?
I do. It basically involves going into Costco, buying a couple hundred treadmills, and arranging them into an array around my house, so that, like, you know, zombies will approach and then they'll just kind of fly off in the opposite direction.
That's a great plan. Keep you safe. Thank you, Sean. Hi, I'm here with...
Joe.
And, do you have a zombie plan in case of zombies?
Yeah, I'd probably do the Dawn of the Dead thing and hold up in a shopping mall.
That's always a good idea. There's plenty of weapons in there.
Well, not in Canada, but as long as there's a bank, a supermarket, video game store, that'd be good.
Seems like everything you need. Do you think the campus would be a safe place to hide out from zombies?
Weapon-wise, no. Food-wise, yes. We have booster juice, that's good.
What about, like, the structure of the school? Do you think it would be good to, like, keep zombies out of?
If you hold up in the basement in one of the editing rooms, yeah, probably.
That's probably a good idea. What would be your weapon of choice for fighting zombies?
Volkswagen hatchback. Just run them over.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you, Joe.
No problem.
I'm here with zombie fighting expert David Condato. And David, what in your opinion is the best zombie fighting weapon?
Well, in my opinion is stay away from all firearms that contain ammo. You don't want to be running out of ammo in the middle of a fight. So your best bet right now is to stick to weapons like bats, axes, things that won't break. Your best bet is maybe like aluminum or metal bat.
Oh, that's great. Do you have any other advice?
Well, if you can't beat them, then join them.
Thank you. Well, it seems like the Humber students certainly have their zombie plans ready. For Humber News, this is Taylor Jans, signing off.
Well, I certainly can't wait for the zombies to come. How about you, Scott?
Yes, I'm certainly ready to fight some zombies, Derek.
Well, that about wraps it up for Humber News today. Thanks for joining us.
For all of us here in Section 1 of the FMTV program, have a very pleasant day and even an amazing summer.
And try not to die.